For the cheapest, fastest, most reliable MUT coins on the market, check out my coin sponsors at AOEAH.com and use discount code MONEY for 3% off. Link in the description below. Welcome back, Money Team. This is Mad Money Shot. Sniff the Mad Cheese as always. Got another breakdown for you guys on my practice mode channel. Today I'm going to be going over an offense formation that I've been using a lot on my gameplay channel. If you guys haven't caught any of those videos, if you just follow this channel, I will have a link in the description if you guys want to see me use this stuff in live gameplay against live people. But the offense is the gun, normal, wild, close. This is an offense I've put out a lot of plays from in the past. What makes the Buffalo Bills special, though, is that they have the Y sail play, which is probably my favorite play in this entire formation. And I really like using the Buffalo Bills playbook. I use this formation a lot out of the Ravens as well, but they don't have that play. They do have a lot of the other plays that I've already recorded. Things like the escape plays are a really good play. There's a lot of really good pass plays here. There's really only like 6 plays in the entire formation, but that's all you need. One of the best things about this formation is you really have one-play touchdowns going over several different areas of the field, to the left, to the right. You know, it doesn't really matter. Your opponent's never really going to pick up on where you're throwing the ball, which is what makes this offense so hard to stop. So I'm going to show you guys my audible plays. I typically have the inside zone in there, not a lot to know. The double slant, a one-play touchdown against a couple different things, cover 3, cover 1, cover 0. The Y sails, a one-play touchdown against just about every single zone coverage, as well as some cover 2 zone. You also have the escape play, which is probably my number one go-to play because of what the running back is running. This here is a really good dink and dunk play. There's a couple of really good dink and dunk plays like the mesh, which I'll probably go over in a minute, but the escape play is probably my favorite just traditional play to run before. It also has a lot of one-play touchdowns as well. It's pretty much one-play touchdowns because it's just about every single defense in the game, as I started my words there a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start off light. I'm going to start off with the run plays, and then I'm going to show some of the dink and dunk pass plays. I'm going to work my way back to the one-play touchdowns. As always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to hit the like button and let me know in the comment section. And like I said, if you want to see this in gameplay, I will have links in the description, and hopefully at the end of the video, I'm not really sure if I can do that on this channel, but I will have links in the description. So let's just go and let's pick the inside zone. On defense, we're just going to match. We're just going to go random nickel because it's a 3 wide receiver set. Not really a lot to show here. The real point of me bringing out this run play is if your opponent is matching, if they have a loosely spread defensive front like this, you can basically switch over to the inside zone and have a lot of success. I'm not going to run this play a lot, but there is one variation that I want to show you guys, which is some of the one-play touchdowns. I motion this receiver over, which you can see here. Now we have a man coverage, so we got a guy following. You don't typically want to do that against a man coverage, but a lot of the one-play touchdowns, especially against, if this was a zone coverage, I'm going to have to run this again. You can motion this guy across and get a little bit of a blocking advantage, and your opponent won't notice the fact that you're motioning this guy over, because there's a lot of one-play touchdowns. You'll make that same motion. So if you have openings like that, I mean, Chris Jones just basically shot across and blew that up. But if you have somebody running a lot of zone coverages, you can get a blocking advantage sometimes by motioning this guy across if a defender doesn't follow. And even if he does follow, you can see this is still a good way to mix in these run plays. You can see we get our best run play. So this play here is really just meant to keep your opponent honest. Like I said, I'm hoping to get some sort of, this looks like a man-zero blitz, so of course he's going to follow again. But if he doesn't follow, it gives you a little bit of a blocking advantage, and sometimes helps you to take it outside wide, which, you know, because you have all these receivers out here blocking. So this is a really good run play. It's really the only run play you need. That's why I pretty much run, it's only like a 6-play system, but I really only run like 5 plays total with that run play being included. Now there is another decent running option, which is going to be the RPO Zone Alert Omaha. We're going to pick that real quick. I'll go random on defense once again. This play here, you have you have the handoff once again, which you don't have to do anything. You just basically will hold the ball and you'll get essentially the same thing. You'll get that same inside zone. But with this, you actually have some options when it comes to these other receivers. Like if it's a man coverage, this little out route is going to be pretty good. You can see there, that was actually cover 3, I think, and it still worked out. So, you know, basically anything, that there was a man coverage. So I was going to throw it to the wheel, to the bubble screen. The bubble screen, though, really only works against zone coverage. You can see right here, if that guy hesitates inside, you can throw it to the bubble screen. I find this really works best against like cover 3 and cover 4. And I'm not 100% sure what the look is. That was actually a blitz, which is perfect. As you can see, we can just get that ball out. So you have 2 good run plays. This one here gives you a little bit more optionality, so I will use this from time to time. But for the most part, I'm really just using the inside zone. This here looks like another blitz as I try to hit the B route, but instead it ended up doing a spin. But yeah, that's as diverse as you're going to need to get when it comes to the run plays. You can make this same motion. You know, you can motion this guy across if you really want that look. It's going to kind of take away that outside option, but it basically just turns into a drag, which you can do. But like I said, you really don't have a lot of time anyway because it kind of auto hands off. but ultimately a very good, very good backup run play that gives you a little bit of optionality. So now that we got the run plays out of the way, let's get some dink and dunk pass plays going. Let's get another dink and dunk pass play out of the way, which is the mesh spot. This one here does have some one-play touchdown capabilities against cover 2, which we will go over, but let's continue with random. So this right here, I don't really need to make any adjustments. I know a lot of people like to throw it to the running back right away. But you can see there, that was actually my dude beat press, which like I said, this does have some one-play touchdown capabilities. That really wasn't what I was expecting. But let's go to the replay. It looks like they were in a man cover 1, and because he's pressing, if he beats that, since you have a superstar out here, he can get going, which is pretty much the read that I made there. So good play against cover 1 man. I might have to do that in the one-play touchdown section once I'm done here. But it's all about the drags. I mean, this right here is really all about the drags. And then if the drags get covered up, a lot of times the user will follow one of the drags out of the middle of the field. If they do that, then the B route's typically going to be wide open. A lot of people like to throw it right to the running back, which I'm not really a fan of. It's just not something that I like to typically do, but I do try it from time to time. I think that's really going to work more against like a cover 3. As you can see right here, I don't know what this defense was. I wish I did, because they just let the running back get right past. So the running back is a good option. You have a lot going on here. This is one of my favorite, like if I'm in a goal line situation or a 2-point conversion situation, this is definitely gonna be one of my favorite plays because there's a lot of stuff to cover. I also like to, if I'm in this situation, I might like to put the X route on a slant just to give myself another option. But you can see these drags are really hard to pick up from really zones or man coverages. If it's against a zone, you pretty much want to throw it in between the zones. If it's against a man, which I don't know if I'll get that here, like I said, you see the crossing routes. The linebacker took a step in the wrong direction, so I just basically threw it to the other guy. It's really simple. If you're running this double drags concept, a lot of times you really just have to watch where the user goes. Like I said, if it's a man coverage though, which I'm waiting to get, a lot of times you'll get like right there, I saw the comeback coming open, so I took that in the back of the end zone. I'm waiting for a man coverage though, because ultimately against man coverage, I find it's best to wait. To wait till they get a little bit outside the numbers when it comes to man coverage. But a very good dink and dunk play that's really best suited for like short yardage. Basically, I mean, you can run that on first down to just get the second and easy. You can run that in a lot of situations. So we're going to move the ball back and let's work on some one-play touchdowns. So looking at some one-play touchdowns, we're going to go and pick the mesh spot again. We're going to start off with cover 2. This is something specifically that I was doing against my opponent in an actual gameplay. He was running a lot of Tampa 2. So let's pick that. A couple different things you can do here. I wouldn't say, depending on where you're going to run this, you always want to run from a hash mark to the open side of the field. I work the left side of the field first. When it comes to the left side of the field, I like to motion this tight end across, put him on a streak, and you can have success with the X route. I like to put the Y route here either on a 5-yard or on a flat or a 5-yard out route. That's really your two options. The 5-yard out route I feel is it's a little bit of a better route, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because I'm really going to go either tight end right through the middle here, or even the X route is going to be a good route to the boundary if he gets off the press without too much damage, without getting chucked inside too far. So you really have two different options here. I'll try to hit the X route one time. Like I said, the A route's just there, but you can see how far the X route gets pushed in. If he gets pushed in that far, it's not going to work, which is fine because I actually have a couple of different options to the outside anyway. So the tight end, you can see that's an option, so you can always go right up the middle if the user's not watching. And then you can also motion this guy out. You can spread the defense out and have that exact same effect on the other side because this running back will get around the coverage. I mean, I still got that A route, but oh, he ran right into the bounds. You completely messed it up. I don't know what happened there because he stopped completely. It doesn't typically happen that way, but you can always motion out this running back. Let's do this one more time. Like I said, the tight end was probably there, but that really depends on whether or not whether or not your opponent is going to eventually use that, which he will. And I don't know why he's doing this where he's stopping on the sideline. I can fix that. So let's do that one more time because the running back is doing some glitch where he's running into the sideline. And now you see he turns up the field and we get that good pass and we get that big play, which can be a one-play touchdown that's capable of that. Like I said, I did score with that play, that exact same concept in the previous gameplay link in the description. So the next play I'm going to save the best plays for last. I'm going to save the escape and the YSL for last, but this one's a really good one too, and that's the double slant. This particular play can also be a one-play touchdown against cover 2, so we're going to pick that again. This concept's going to be a little bit more based off of the tight end, but if I'm going to do this, I'm probably going to want to go ahead and once again run it from a hash mark to the open side of the field because he'll run out of space. I don't know if that was why or what was really going on as far as what was happening with the the running back. But ultimately, this is another wheel route concept. It's going to be pretty much the same thing. You can see how once this guy turns up the field, this route, here is a little bit better because it's not as dramatic of a turn upfield, and you can see how the B route here is going to pull the safeties in, which is also nice, rather than just trying to pull him back. He's actually going to pull that safety inside a little bit, which is perfect because that's really going to help me get open the top. And I don't know what happened there. He didn't catch it, but you can see he got behind it once again. You can have success on the other side of the field too. I was saying about this is the one play where I'm going to motion this guy the most. So against cover 2, you can motion him, put the Y route on a streak, put the X route on like a 5-yard out route, and now you have a really good concept where I can really hit the Y route or the B route, depending on who the safety takes. It really isn't a good option because both of these routes are pretty much going to get open. So I'll go and I'll do that one more time, and we'll go ahead and we'll throw to the other guy. We'll throw to the B route. As you can see, I mean, the safety he bails on the B route. Like he bails on the B route for the Y route, and now we can get this play. I mean, both of these routes are really good. It really doesn't matter. Probably going to score with either one. Just make sure you have your fastest receiver running the route of the B route. That's the most important spot on this entire field. So if I were to change that, if I were to hit the substitution button, like I would probably want Diggs running that, even though Davis is fine. But that's the home run spot for most of these plays. So I'm definitely going to have him there. So next up, this play also is a one-play touchdown against cover 3. So this setup for cover 3 is going to be the exact same. We're just going to motion this guy across. Only this time we're going to put the RB route on a streak because the running back here is going to do something kind of funky with this coverage where you can get this tight end outside. Now that pass I threw a little bit early, so we're going to have to do that again. But ultimately, you can see how this is really going to mess with what's going on with this cornerback in the deep third and the curl flat. They're both going to kind of end up, well, the curl flat's going to end up covering nothing as he covers the slant coming across. Now, you're going to need a bullet and a pass lead, but this can be a one-play touchdown, especially if you have a fast tight end. We're going to try that one more time. I'm going to leave the, I'm going to put the X route on a streak in the hopes that it'll pull back the safety a little bit because he's pretty much the guy that's going to keep me from scoring. So you can see right here, I mean, I'm bullet and pass leading, but you could easily, as you can see, we get the touchdown there. You could easily probably lob that with no problem. Like a bullet and pass lead's fine, but you can see this play, you have to run from Aspen to the short side of the field. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but another very good play, a good cover 3 bomb. Now, this play here is also a one-play touchdown against man coverages, which is probably its best use. I'll start off with man 0, go with the Overstorm Brave. Now, the slants are obviously good man beaters, but we don't really need to go that route. We can go with the one-play touchdown here. All I really want to do, I'm going to check and release my running back because whoever's covering him, I don't want dropping back into a deep to a deep safety or whatever. So I'm going to just check and release him. Typically against an opponent, they'll be using who's on the running back, so that's not really as big a deal. But you can see how this guy here just breaks outside, and we barely get the catch. That was pretty good coverage. I mean, I probably could have got a little bit better of a throw. This is another play which I have, gameplay of me scoring multiple one-play touchdowns in one game using this play against cover 1 and cover 0. So regardless of what happens here, if you throw that in the break, although this guy's doing a pretty good job catching up, and I didn't quite get the catch and run that I was expecting there. You can see how this route to the outside can be a one-play touchdown. Like if I try to run this over the middle, it can be pretty similar where you don't have to motion it, but you can see the coverage is much tighter. For some reason, it works better when you motion it across and it's going to the outside. So we're going to do that one more time. I don't know if the route changes because you can see from this angle, it almost looks like it takes 2 cuts. From the original angle, it looks like it really only takes 1. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's just a camera angle or what, but it looks like it's on a single cut. When you motion it across, that second cut looks a little bit more pronounced to the outside, which is probably why it works. So let's do this one more time. Like I said, B route, just basically got to wait till it gets a little bit of outside leverage, and he's pretty much going every single time, although there he once again made a pretty decent play. McDuffie's pretty fast. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. I'm going to do it one more time. Like I said, I'll leave the mistakes in here for the most part, and then like I said, you could get this, I'm trying to lob it up. Maybe I'm not quite free-forming enough. That's probably why I'm not getting the touchdown, but you can see it's getting going pretty much every single time. Very consistent play. And then once again, if you're going to run this against man coverage cover 1, you're just going to want to have, like, put your tight end on streak. You know what I mean? Just pull that safety back, straight back. Like I said, it works the same way. You're going to see how the B route is going to essentially have the exact same effect. Man 0, man cover 1 really react the same way. As you can see there, that was just a little more jostling, and I get a bad throw, but you can see once again he was past that. So I don't want to have to do this over and over. You can see how it's getting past. If I go to the replay, you can see, like I said, I don't know what happened with the throw. I must have been pressured or something, but you can see that the separation was about 5 yards, which you can't ask for much more. Like I said, I'm guessing that I got, you know, hit at the quarterback spot or something. Yeah, I'm on my back, so I'm sure that really messed up the fact that the guy was right in my face. But it works even better against cover one man. So last two plays, two of my favorites. I'll start off with the escape play. We'll go random. The China route's a really good route if you have a decent receiving back, because you can throw it as he comes in towards the ball, or you can wait and hold it until he comes outside again. It's a really good route to throw to. Like I said, sometimes if you have like a running back that's not very aware, is not looking for the ball, you can throw an interception. So that's something that you want to be aware of. I feel like that's something that they nerfed quite a bit. Like I said right here, we wait for that China route to develop, and boom, we're going up the field. We get a very easy catch and run opportunity. That's probably the best route on this play. But sometimes I also like to motion this guy in and put him on like a 5-yard out route, just in case my opponent is watching that. And this will give me an opportunity for a high-low concept, whether it's to the corner or the corner route, which is the Y route here, although I don't really have a good receiver to try to go up and make an ad catch there. But you have that option. You also have the 5-yard out route. If you're going to run that option, all you really have to do is run it from the short side of the field, especially if you get like a cover 3 or cover 4. Moving this guy in, putting him on a streak is going to pull back any corner in the area, giving you a pretty easy concept. Like this here looks like a cover 4, which you can see it just pulls back the cover 4 cornerback, pulls back a cover 3 cornerback, and you can really hit that corner route a lot easier. So you have a lot of options here, including one-play touchdowns, which we'll go over next. But remember, if you are going to hit the running back, a lot of times the user will be all over that, and it'll help to get this tight end open. Although there I pretty much just forced it because I wanted to talk about it. But the tight end is a good man-beating concept. It's also a good zone-beating concept. If you really want to just get that tight end open, you can really just put the B route on a streak. He'll pull back the coverage. It's not really working here. It looks like we're hitting some cover 3s, but it is something that a lot will get open a lot. You'll just have to take my word for it. The tight end, if you're trying to hit the corner strike, the tight end a lot of times is a good backup route. So we're going to pick that again. We're going to start off with our cover 2s, because this can be a one-play touchdown against cover 2 man and zone. If I can find the zone coverage, there we go, Tampa 2. It's a really easy concept. All you really have to do is put the A route on a streak. And the A route's pretty much going to get going, but the B route is going to be the play as long as you bullet and pass lead up. You can see he splits the safeties too, because typically this corner route here is going to pull that safety down. I mean, you really have a couple different, if you really want to pronounce that and pull that safety apart even further, just put them on an out route and it'll do an even better job. But if you're not too great with making adjustments, you can really just run it as is. You can see we're going to split that. And I'm not quite getting the catch and run, but you can see he splits the cover 2 pretty easily. And you could also have success just by motioning this guy in and putting him on a streak once again. If you're going to do this, I'd say put the tight end on a drag, and this will give you a big play to the Y route once again. And this should also have one-play touchdown capabilities. So you really, like I said, these one-play touchdowns, you can really attack all over the field. Now, doing that again against man cover 2, it's going to be very successful the same way. So against cover 2 man, you really have two options here. You can motion this guy in. You can see the cornerback is not able to press when he's in line like this. So if you do this, he'll still try to press. He'll whiff on that press, and then you can have a really big play. Although there, I forgot to move Diggs. If you're going to attack that route concept, you're going to want to put Diggs on some other route to make that less of, he's kind of pulling coverage right in your area. So I'll put him on a drag here just to have something. But like I said, that cornerback is kind of glitchy. That cornerback is going to miss. And then there, the pressure once again, Chris Jones is just right up the middle. I got a bullet and pass inside, but you need a little bit more time to get that throw off, and Chris Jones ain't really letting that happen. So I'll do this one more time. Hopefully the pass blocking will hold up. And you can see we're getting that pretty much every single time. It's just a good bullet and pass lead, and hopefully a good catch and run away from being a one-play touchdown that way. But you can also get a one-play touchdown just by putting the A route on a streak, which is going to be very similar to the cover 2 versions. You can see he's really just running right past. It's the same thing. He's kind of getting shielded and protected from the press based off of the alignment of the offense and based off of where he is. You can see the cornerback starts. He's not even right in front of him. Like typically pressing cornerbacks want to be right in front of him. But because of the way that this defense is set up, like these guys are right in the position where they want to be. But because of how this formation is set up, he's not on the line. He gets inside release naturally. The guy's going to miss the press and lose out pretty much every single time. The streak is really just there to pull the safety back. And that exact same route concept will be a one-play touchdown against other things like cover 4 quarters, cover 4 match, and cover 4 regulars. So same setup against cover 4 match, just streaking the tight end. This is not the best one play touchdown in the formation, but you can see it does get past as we actually had some pretty good coverage there. It's pretty tight coverage, but you can see it is a one play touchdown against cover 4. Also works against cover 4 regular. If I gotta switch formations though to find that. Cover 4 drop contain. This is actually better, I think, against this. I'm not sure if hash marks matter when it comes to this setup. You're just going to want to make sure that you bullet and pass lead up, as you can see. I mean, I didn't get the catch and run, but you can see it still splits the defense the same way. I said, I'll try it from the short side. I don't know if it really matters. It might actually make it worse. My recollection is, you know, anytime you run this from a hash mark to the open side, it's probably the best way to go. And then, like I said, I'm really not, you know, getting a great, like, pass lead. There you can see short side, not best way to go. You're definitely going to want to run from the open side, but you can see how you can split the safeties no matter what the cover 4 is. And then you could also hit a one play touchdown against cover 3, although this one here is probably going to be the hardest. I feel like this is not, once again, you're going to want to go hash mark to the open side of the field, but this is not really a great one play touchdown against cover 3. Same setup. You're going to have to make a few new adjustments though. I'm going to put the Y route on a slant. I'm going to put the X route on a comeback because we really want to pull that cover 3 cornerback down. And like I said, the issue is how long it takes. You know what I mean? Like it's a good play, but the fact that it takes so long to cross the field is really the issue. I don't like one play touchdowns that take that long to cross the field. Now you do have a couple other options. You can motion in this X route, and then you can just put everybody on streaks and fades. This here is a pretty good option, as the Y or the X route sometimes will be a really good play. Is that guy? You can see he follows that cornerback out, or the cornerback follows that corner route out, and then this here. I mean, you need a really dramatic pass lead at this point. Once he bites on that cornerback corner, then boom, you have a play. But like I said, I can't show the replay like how much of a dramatic pass lead it was away from the safety. That's how you make this play good, but that one I prefer. So you really have 2 one play touchdown options here, but I really prefer this one because I mean, it's a little harder because like I said, the pass lead really has to be on point. You know what I mean? It has to be on a hash mark once again. You can see there, I threw it a little bit early as the cornerback, before the cornerback was really out there. But you can attack those seams really well to the point where you can get a one play touchdown against cover 3 as well. And then last but not least, we have the Y sail, which is really just, I mean, it's a great play against cover 2, cover 4. I would say that's probably where you want to stick with this. As you can really just, you know, motion this guy across once again and put everybody on fades, and you're going to see how this B route is really just an easy safety splitting play, whether it's cover 2 zone or in cover 4, which I'm going to show next. Cover 4, we're going to do that again. Like I said, this is one of my favorite plays. You obviously have a couple more ways you can attack cover 2. I'm going to pick cover 4 quarters. So motion this guy across again against cover 4. And like I said, we're just going to basically wait for this B route here once again. He splits the safeties against cover 4 the same way he does cover 2. As you can see, it's just a very easy one play touchdown against cover 4 match. Then you also have a good option against cover 4 regular, which we got to go back to the $4. And it's going to react the exact same way. I'm not sure you got to be on a hash mark like I am. But this is, you know, that's typical when it comes to spraying these defenses. And like I said, I'm just really bullet and passing up. And you can see we're splitting that the exact same way as we do get our heels hipped, or our heels nipped, as I say that backwards, to keep us out of the end zone. But very good play once again. All right, so I'm going to end the video there. If you guys want to see more out of the Bills, I got more. They're going to mirror my gameplay pretty much every week. So hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. And please make sure to subscribe if you guys want to see more practice mode breakdowns like this. Other than that, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.